Where will the industry of comedy be? What will have changed? What will stay the same? And where would you guys be innovating?
I think we'll figure out a way to make money. Because right now, everybody's putting their specials on YouTube.
It's for free or they're charging?
For free.
For free. And they're just making money on ads or?
No money. You make money on the road.
So you build the audience
That's
and
the
you
game.
sell tickets.
It's like the old music model. That's kind of how I modeled the stand-up thing. I was like, okay, what's going on here? Oh, okay, all these artists back in the day, they didn't make any money off the albums, really. They would make money when they would tour and do these arenas. And I was like, oh, wow, we can make money by touring. How can I get people out? Okay, I give them the content, and then they'll come out because they like the content. And I would say the biggest fundamental change, like maybe my influence on stand-up, it's probably looked at from the outside as like, oh, this is like the social media era. But I would say like the actual fundamental change in stand-up is the way that we approach our material. We used to look at our material as this thing we hoard and then put out for a special. Now we look at our material as marketing for us.
Right.
And that is a big shift.
Why did people hoard so much? Because they didn't think they could recreate new jokes all the time? Or
There
people
was no
saw
incentive not to put it. There was no place to put it out. So you might as well hoard it, right? And then have all of that material, and then when you get asked to do a special,
use it.
then you do it. But like there wasn't a place to even put it. Like you could have put it, I guess, on Instagram or Facebook and that kind of stuff, but there wasn't like the thirst for video content. And then all of a sudden video content started to get more popular and we figured some things out. But like that would be the biggest fundamental change I think that has happened in stand-up, at least my influence. It was just how we look at our material. You want people to come out to your show? Is it because your face is like this on a flyer? Or is it because you're doing a joke?
Making people laugh at home or on the, wherever.
Yeah, like these people, it's so funny. Like these people do like promos for their specials that don't have stand-up. And it's like, buddy, if I'm going to go to a restaurant, you got to show me what the food looks like, right?
Right.
I'm not going there because there's a picture of the chef going,
Yeah, and if a friend's like, oh, I bought a ticket to see, Andrew's special in LA tonight, and they're showing their friend, oh, who is this guy? Well, let me show you on Instagram real quick. Oh, it's pretty funny. This looks like it'd be fun.
That's
Boom,
the
ticket
whole
sale.
reason why I started selling tickets is because it was easy to justify it to your friends. Hey, you want to go to this comic club? Well, who is he? One send button, one clip.
Check out this funny clip. Oh, it got 1 million views, by the way. Everyone's laughing.
And what if I got hundreds of clips that have 1 million views, and each one of those clips could pertain to a different person? So if you're Cuban,
Right.
there's this Cuban. If you're Bosnian, there's this Bosnian joke. This happened by luck. Not everything
Really?
that we're doing. Yeah, like
When did this start happening this way?
okay.
What year was this?
So I put out, none of the industry wanted to give me opportunity for a special, so I decided to put it out online. And I
What year?
Maybe 2016 or something like that. I can look back.
So 7 years ago, six
Yeah.
years ago, 7 years ago.
And sometimes you get lucky when you do the right thing. Everybody successful is lucky. Like even Bezos, like there's like they had that Amazon Web Services business. I think I was listening to him talk about that. And he was like,
That was like the biggest.
they had that for 7 years or something like that with no competitor. Name a business that you can be making tens of millions of dollars where no one even enters the market.
Like tens of billions or something.
Yeah,
it's
like,
crazy,
and even to this day, that's where they make so much of their money. So
know.
like he'll be like, yo, we got so lucky with.
He had an obsession for 20 years, which you had an obsession for 15, 18 years.
Takes both. What happened was so the first one I put out was this. It was like a night in New York, right? It was like, I don't want to, here I am in front of the curtain, like whatever. It's just so everything's the same, right? So I was like, what if you followed around a comedian for a night in New York? You can't put out a video that's going to make multiple 7 figures, right? One video.
One video, yes. Yeah.
It's the accumulation will make 7 figures.
Yeah.
But your one
Which
video.
is what you would have got on a special. Like you're going to make $1 million or $3 million on this Netflix, on this HBO Showtime special.
So the last one that the one that I sold before the pandemic that is going to come out, I sold it. I got paid 1.1 for it, right?
Okay.
Which was before the pandemic.
was
Worked out for
before
me.
you became way bigger than you were.
Yeah, the pandemic was awesome.
Like if you would have gotten that deal now,
they got a good deal. Put it that way.
they got an amazing
They
deal.
got an amazing deal. So that one right there, I'm
Which
like,
network is this coming out?
I can't exactly talk
it's
about
not out
that.
yet. I
We'll
gotcha.
talk afterwards.
Okay, you tell me afterwards.
We'll talk
okay,
afterwards.
so anyways.
Yeah.
You got that before the pandemic.
So so that was before the pandemic, and then I filmed that in like September in Austin, and then so we're just finishing up the edit for that now. But that special, I'm going, okay, 1.1. Okay, that's great. let's see if how do I make $1 million off a special without a network? Because that's my whole thing with like leverage in the game. Like I know I'm not one of like the insiders, right?
Yes.
Like, and everybody wants to reward the people that they helped build. And I think it's a natural thing. Like if I was at a network and I invested time into these like actors or like comics, like I would want them to blow up because they're a reflection of me as like a talent scout, right? Now I'm in the position where like I don't want my career to be in your hands.
Yes.
My career is in my hands. We have the team. Everybody who works for it is in it. We do it. And the way that you get deals done when your career is in your hands is it has to be the best thing that's out. And then the networks...
Undeniably funny.
Undeniably funny. And then and you need Scooter Brown to also...
Scooter Braun to be like, make a call and say, we'll do whatever you want.
Ted Sarandos, book it, yeah. So, but like, it has to be undeniable, right? And you have some people that are in some high places that recognize that it's undeniable, and then all of a sudden these things get made. So, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather that because I can control undeniable. I can't control whether you like me or not, or like what metric you're using to decide, or how much you put it up, et cetera. So I'm all about working with the industry. We can do this, et cetera. This is great. But I want to find a way where I can get a comic to make $1 million off of their special.
Without being with the network.
By putting it on YouTube. Because if we can make $1 million on YouTube, what are you going to pay me at Netflix?
Right.
What are you going to pay me?
You're going to pay me 5, 10x.
TikTok, yo. You know, so I don't know if it's a combination of advertising, a bunch of other different things. We've got ideas, and this is kind of like what we're working on, but like, how amazing would that be for a young comic whose only option is now YouTube, but YouTube/social media, Instagram, et cetera. But now that becomes the most lucrative option.
If you did a global one-night event only, virtually, or how many tickets do you think you could sell under $50?
Who knows? Who knows? I think you're thinking something good.
This
Pay-per-view is good.
This is the number. You know, you stream it live on YouTube to a premium service.
Could do it.
To ticketed services.
You could do it.
And then you ask for donations during it.
If you like it, enjoy it. You know,
you just added a tip jar.
Yeah.
More.
Maybe you rent out some movie theaters. You put it out there so people can watch it. You know, in a packed theater with other people. Event. You know,
or you just do it straight to YouTube and that's it.
Straight to YouTube. You sell some merch with it.
Yeah.
NFT
you got some upsells. You got some VIP stuff. You make one night. You do it once a year.
Yeah. And maybe you do it once a year or whatever you've been able to do it. But like, what if there was this model where comics could make an equal amount? And the most important part is everybody that then subscribes to their channels, they get to go tour with and like give them their new content. And now they have this connection with their audience, which is the most powerful thing that a creator can have now, right? Before it was the network has a connection to the audience and the creator needs to be on the network so they can get the audience. Now we can go around and I'd love doing business with them. Let's do business. Let's make movies. Let's make TV shows. Let's do all this is great. But it's got to be the other way.
Other way. I got the audience that you want now. You want people to subscribe to your network?
Yeah, and convince me. Why should I go over there? Because I got millions of people. I got 10 million people going to watch it over here. How many going to watch it over there? Right. Well, we can't guarantee. Well, you better figure it out.
You better push something.
Hey, you know what I mean? Push a button. Top 10.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get it on a list, bro. Like, nobody's checking the numbers. Like, get it on the list.
Exactly. Give me 24 hours in there or something. Yeah.
That's it. Like,
something you can leverage for the next thing. Yeah.
I just think that is the most. It's like my mom said. It's like competition's good. That's going to be good for Netflix. That's going to be good for HBO because what's going to happen is, and this is what happened in comedy. There's way edgier comedy out right now because we have an avenue for it that's very successful. Because if they don't, they're comparing it to the watered down stuff. They're comparing like our stuff to the watered down stuff that was okay back in the day. I mean, one of the reasons why I think I blew up on YouTube and stuff early is because like the only other comedy they were showing was on Comedy Central. And it was just a bunch of like clean crap. And then you saw like actual real jokes.
Right.
And you're like, this is way better than the garbage I'm seeing on Comedy Central.
Sure. What's the difference between clean crap and authentic truth?
Well, some people are authentically clean. You know, like
authentic.
like Brian Regan is just so funny. He's clean.
Right.
He's just brilliant. But I mean, he's never blue. He's never cursing, that kind of stuff. But like, there's like a passion in the bits that is like real. You know? And
so you still find that really funny.
Oh yeah, like some of my favorite, like one of my favorite comics is Ryan Hamilton. He's completely clean, but he is just hilarious. Like I don't care if you're dirty or clean. It's just who are you? And like, are you reflecting the material? And do I like that person? Some people I just don't like who they are, so I'm not going to like their comedy.
Right.
But if I like you as a guy or a girl, and you're reflecting the material, then like hell yeah.
You're down with it. What would you say is the ultimate framework of a set? If you had if you could map out like the 5 parts, and I don't know anything about comedy.
You're
so
talking
I'm just
about a
making
live show or a special?
a live show. If there is someone here that's like wanted to be obsessed about your process and understand how you do it, and they wanted to research you and they listen to this or watch this, and they're like, okay, here's how Andrew does this. He always starts with something, and then it goes into a plot twist, and then it goes into this.
This isn't how I
connecting to the audience. I don't know what the lingo is. I'm just.
This isn't how I necessarily would do it, but I think like a great set would be, especially like if you're on the road or in a different place, I think like some sort of acknowledgement of that city that you're in, that you're a fish out of water in, an acknowledgement in like in a cool, unique way, a joke that they've never heard about maybe the most popular thing in their city.
So number one, acknowledge the city in a cool way.
Some sort of interaction baked in with the audience that's just completely spontaneous and just fun and awesome and just really kind of brings everybody into this moment that they feel like will never happen again and is just so exciting.
When you get on stage and are you observing the audience from the back before? Are you in another room hearing?
I don't even like to hear anything that's on stage.
Okay, because you don't want to be
influenced. I want to go out completely
blind.
Yeah.
You won't even look to see the audience and
I might be like backstage watching the guys and like I'll peer in.
Yeah.
But I'm not like specifically like
what
going.
What did he say? What did they say?
Exactly. Yeah. And I have my guys that open for me, so I know what they're going to do and I know our ideas won't cross. When you're at a club in the city where you don't know who's on the show, that's where stuff you should probably watch a little bit.
Because you don't want them to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or even a topic like it's the same. It's just becomes
we just heard this. Yeah.
Back in the day, if you did a special on like HBO or something like that, like they couldn't just take that one little thing and share it with their grandmas and grandpas and all their cousins that they do that exact thing. Now you see the joke go viral on TikTok or Instagram because it's so easy to access.
Right. What do you think was the skill that you learned that gave you the most confidence on stages?